the 2025 Kia EV9. We have some new updates to talk about, so let's get started. So we have 5 different trim levels here. We have the Light SR base model, then we have the Light LR, then we have the Wind, the Land, and the GT line at the top. Well, for this latest model year, the Light Long Range, the LR trim, has a price increase of $700, but the rest of the trim levels remain the same price as last year. And this 3-row EV SUV has some other subtle updates, like the Light Long Range rear-wheel drive model now gets the front sunroof as standard. And if you go with the Land trim all-wheel drive, the relaxation seat package is no longer available for the 2025 model year. And we do have 2 new colors known as Glacial White Pearl and Ebony Black, but they did delete some colors like the Ivory Silver Gloss, the Ivory Silver Matte, and the Ocean Blue Matte. And 2 interior colors were also deleted, the Dark Gray and the Navy on the GT line trim level. And that's all of your updates for the 2025 EV9. I do think the Wind trim level is your best value proposition in the lineup. And I also love the wheel designs for these EV9s. Those crazy monoblock type designs. Really love it. Very unique. I mean, this overall design is very cool indeed. The only sad thing is it's a full EV, right? So it doesn't work out for everyone. But I really like the Wind models and above because you just get so much more power compared to the Light models. With the Wind, you get 379 horsepower and 443 pounds-feet of torque. But if you pay for some type of feature on demand, FOD, you get some additional torque that gets unlocked to you. Regardless, I'll just stick with the regular numbers for right now, because no matter how you look at it, the Wind models and above, they are just significantly quicker and more powerful than the Light models. That's the main thing you need to understand. And that all-wheel drive Wind, it can do about 280 miles of range. These vehicles are pretty heavy at 5,688 pounds or 5,820 pounds depending on options. Wind models can do 0 to 60 in about 5.7 seconds or 5 seconds flat if you pay for that additional feature on demand. And in the description box of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a free leasing calculator provided to you by AutoCompanion. This is a very powerful tool because it shows you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. And believe me, you want to see the incentives on this SUV. So whether you are financing, paying cash, or leasing, you should use this calculator to see those incentives because they always stack on top of the dealer discount. And in the case of the EV9, I ran some numbers on a 2024 Wind with a $65,700 MSRP. When you lease these 2024 SUVs, you can get between $11,000 to $12,700 worth of lease cash. That is insane. So anybody who tells you that, oh, you should just buy a used EV, well, I would really hold up on that because you don't get any incentives when you buy used vehicles. You only get these incentives when you lease new EVs. So for a 2-year lease, $12,700 discount, that's amazing. And the interest rate of the lease, it's pretty good at 2.26%. Now lease programs, interest rates, incentives, all of these things, they do update every month. But AutoCompanion's calculator will also update every month. So use this tool to stay on top of all the latest programs. And keep in mind, incentives stack on top of whatever dealer discount you're able to negotiate. Now with these EV9s and really most Kias in general, there's really not much meat on the bone from invoice to MSRP. With these EV9 Wind models, there's maybe $1,300 in difference from invoice to MSRP. So that's why most of these Kia dealerships, they don't really discount. They try to sell these cars at MSRP as much as possible. So assuming you get about $1,300 off or $1,200 off with the lease cash, these things will lease out for about $660 a month. But at the end of the day, these are EVs and they are going to crash in value. So I want to get as much money off as possible. I try to get at least 10% off MSRP on these EVs. And in order to do that, you're really going to have to find a motivated dealership and perhaps target a vehicle that's been sitting on the dealership lot for a long period of time. I usually like to use Car Gurus. It shows you how many days a vehicle has been sitting on the lot. And if you want to see the invoice pricing of a vehicle, I like to use JD Power. Those are two good resources right there. But let's say you are able to get 10% off MSRP on a 2024 EV9 Wind. With that additional lease cash, for a 2-year lease now becomes $414 a month. So yeah, really do your best to try and get as much money off as possible with these. It's possible. I've seen some people do it on the Lease Hacker forum, so just do your due diligence. Reach out to the managers of these Kia dealerships. Never go inside of a dealership until you have finalized the numbers through email with the manager of the dealership. And you don't need to tell them where you got your numbers from. Just tell them that you got your numbers from an online calculator or something, if they do ask. But yeah, this is a great negotiating tool. Very insightful, very valuable to the consumer. I hope you utilize it. But AutoCompanion is not just responsible for this calculator, he's also one of the largest car brokers in the United States. And he does not offer any Kia deals, but he does have some Hyundai deals and some Ioniq deals as well. So if you're interested in those, he is located in the Washington, D.C. area. He is able to ship nationwide, but shipping is something you have to pay extra for. And he does have substantial discounts on the Tucsons, the Santa Fe's, the Palisades even, and of course on the Ioniq 5 and the Ioniq 6. So if you're interested in working with him, he does charge a broker fee, but he will take some money off of his broker fee if you sign up with my affiliate link in the description box below. So hopefully you found value with this information. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.